On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Are narcissistic because they require a certain level of whatever. I'm again not trying to make myself appear a certain type of way, but I've also gone to therapy. I do my work. I go to therapy twice a week. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with living in my truth. I do my work on myself. So I don't like when people try to make it seem like it's very, this social media age, people feel like they know everything. They're so self-righteous. They want to poke holes in everything. I want to act like we're not all living life for the first time. It's the age of follow the follower. Everyone wants to try to demean somebody or poke holes in their character or make it seem like, oh, I know they said that, but they probably mean this. Or I know they said that, but let me try to figure out the loophole in it. Look, everybody's not going to be outright. Like, I didn't need to share the whole story, but the fact remains there are women that actually deal with this shit.
To the possibility that we wrong. I want to have a civil discourse because I don't want to mute nobody. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, I've been chill. I ain't yelled at nobody. I ain't went off on nobody. I just been kicking it. I wait. If I make a mistake and cut somebody off, I apologize and try to ask them to finish their point. I don't see what I've done wrong. The only thing that I started talking about was information that she provided voluntarily. I never forced her to. I never made her. I even asked her before I even asked the question. I said, yo, if you feel like answering the question, I'm cool with it. Basically saying you don't have to present this information at all. Now, based off of the information that she presented, I
I don't.
basically said, yo, I don't agree, and maybe you need to look in the mirror, but I was never disrespectful or nothing like that. Why are you disappointed in me? I ain't even did nothing.
And maybe I need to look in the mirror. My response to your question was all about me looking in the mirror. It was all about me taking accountability. But instead of you taking that, because most people, if you ask them the question, they'd have been like, oh, he cheated, he did this, he did that. I didn't say nothing about what the man did to me. I said what I did to continue to prolong the situation. So instead of you taking that for what it was, you tried to make it seem like, oh, I'm trying to make it seem like I'm God's gift to whatever. Because for some reason, you're mad at the fact that I did take accountability. So even if I do take accountability, it's me playing victim because I took accountability. And that's what y'all tend to do.
I think it's how you're taking the accountability. So you're saying I prolonged it. It's not, you're not saying something that you did that could have hindered that relationship. I think we need to start looking at our results is directly aligned to who we are. So if our results, if we're wanting to be married, but we're not, and we're having problems maintaining a relationship, getting with someone multiple times, multiple engagements, but it's not working out. The main person that is not working out after different men, after different women is you. You are the main, you're the main it in all of those situations.
Respectfully, so I think people need to stop being
hold on,
self-righteous.
hold on, ma'am. Hold on. Wait, Courtney. Hold on, Courtney. I got you. Hold on, Courtney. Let me check this at the door. The same way that you asked for people to let you finish is the same way you're gonna have to extend that same courtesy over to Courtney. Because she's been quiet the whole time.
My bad, you're right.
And so you gotta let her finish.
Been quiet. Pardon me. I'm passionate right now. Yeah, you have been, and I need that book too.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So first, I can't the word pick me, like I get the definition. I don't like it. For two reasons. One reason is that I think women naturally are nurturing. I think we're naturally supposed to be subservient to men. That's who we are naturally. So saying that you are, that's what you're supposed to be. So I don't like the title of the pick me as if I'm doing this performance to get a man. No, that's what you're supposed to be. However, on the flip side, I do understand that women use it as game. And so that's why I said it's always important. And I pray for discernment. And I think men should too, so they don't get game. Not saying that this is your situation, T, but I'm just using it as an example. So if you have, and you're coming across as this subservient, this submissive woman, but yet, and the men are picking you and wanting to marry you, but you're saying no to them, then they didn't have the correct discernment to know that you wasn't about that life of wanting to get married. So that's on them. They didn't deserve it. You was able to play that, not saying that you were, but a lot of times women can play that role of a pick me, get picked, and then it hurts the man. See, and it happens. Men have to discern their women. Women also, if you are in that situation, if you know you're subservient, if you know you're submissive, if you know that you want to be that godly woman, then you have to understand that you have these things about you naturally, but you want to do it for your husband. You want to be able to make sure that that man is the correct man to do it with, because again, men have game as well. And they do. And they will pick out someone that's maybe naive and want to be that wife and can see that they can run game on you and pump and dump. So it's learning discernment. And that's why I said at the beginning, you are a direct reflection of your results. So if your results is not getting you what you want, then it's you. And that's where the work comes in. Why am I always getting this particular type of man? Because Anton is right. You attract what you are. So if you're attracting toxic men, then something about you is toxic. And it is what it is, and it's okay to self-correct. I've spoke about this a lot. I was a child, and it's like, okay, what's going on with me? Why am I not getting the results that I want? And I had to get my discernment right. So I need to get closer to my creator. And that's it. So the pick me, I get it. I hate that term, especially we in our 30s. Oh, I'm a pick me. Like, I'm a woman that understands her role and wants to be that role for her husband. And that is it. And when you're not aligned and not doing what you're supposed to do as a woman, you're out of order. And that out of order, again, is going to be a direct reflection of the results that you get.
I hate the term.
I hate it too. And I hate that people make it seem like I'm operating a certain, or you're operating a certain type of way because you're doing it for someone else. How about operating as you are for who, like operating as you are in a space? Different situations bring different things out of you. That's one. Ain't nobody intentionally operating in a space to get a certain result from people. If I get a result that I get, I'm grateful for it. I literally live my life on a gratitude plane. I don't do things to get a certain result. If I do things, it's because I feel like doing them. So when I do it, I don't feel slighted by not getting a reciprocal response. So oftentimes in those situations, because that's not what I'm doing it for, sometimes you don't realize until it's like, okay, not only are you not necessarily doing what, okay, so you can get a certain response, right? But then if you realize that there's certain other things that are lacking, you don't notice that until after the fact, if you're operating from your truth, from your space, right? So there's that, to what you were saying, Courtney. Now, to what Anton said earlier about not facing yourself, or even Courtney, to what you said about not facing yourself. Yes, some people attract toxic people. You know, I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with being empathetic and being an empath, and how empaths tend to attract people that are narcissistic because they require a certain level of whatever. You know, I'm again not trying to make myself appear a certain type of way, but I've also gone to therapy. I do my work. I go to therapy twice a week. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with living in my truth. I do my work on myself. So I don't like when people try to make it seem like it's very, this social media age, people feel like they know everything. They're so self-righteous. They want to poke holes in everything. I want to act like we're not all living life for the first time. It's the age of follow the follower. Everyone wants to try to demean somebody or poke holes in their character or make it seem like, oh, I know they said that, but they probably mean this. Or I know they said that, but let me try to figure out the loophole in it. Look, everybody's not going to be outright, like I don't need to share I didn't need to share the whole story, but the fact remains there are women that actually deal with this shit.